All this week on the news at 11, we are counting down D.C.'s 5 worst winter storms. We're talking blizzards, nor'easters, those sucker punches that left our area reeling. Well, tonight, we set our time machine back nearly 40 years to the President's Day storm of 1979.
This is the way the Metro Rail stations looked this morning. There were snow drifts all the way up to some passenger platforms, and all trains were paralyzed.
1.5 foot of snow will do that. The Metro had grown from 5 to 38 stations from 1976 to 1979. Crews tried and failed to clear 15 miles of snow from the tracks. And with few buses running, walking was the best way for Washingtonians to get around. I remember this storm well. I was interning at the National Weather Service in Hartford, Connecticut at the time. And this, I'm sorry to say, was a poorly forecasted blizzard. Computer models were still a work in progress, missing some key clues along the way. 18.7 inches of snow was measured at National Airport. After forecasting 4 to 6 inches, snow fell at the rate of 2 to 3 inches per hour. It was nearly 2 feet deep downtown. The President's Day storm remains D.C.'s third largest blizzard on record. Only the Knickerbocker storm in January of 1922 and the Valentine's Day blizzard in 1899 were larger.
The White House was as peaceful on the inside today as it looked on the outside. Only about 30 people showed up to keep the nation's symbol of power going. 2 operators connected the White House to the outside world, and they never got home last night.
Farmers had driven their tractors to the National Mall that weekend to protest agriculture policy, but they ended up helping to dig out the city. The Smithsonian museums were closed for 2 consecutive days. That had not happened for 50 years. The President's Day blizzard dumped snow on a city that was still recovering. Just days earlier, a storm during rush hour forced hundreds of drivers to abandon their cars at the side of the road and highways. It was a case of the storm not going out to sea, but rather sliding up the coast close enough to bury the Mid-Atlantic region and then out to sea. So, it was a perfect track for us. In fact, it is our 3rd largest snowfall to date, 18.7 inches at National. Up 95, well, Baltimore did pretty well. They had 20 inches of snow. And what that ended up being is the 3rd biggest snow on record, 18.7 inches, and ended up as the snowiest February, 30.6 inches. Yes, that was surpassed in the February of 2010 with 32.1 inches. What a winter, 2009, 2010. Anyway, tonight we will bring you the 4th worst winter storm as our series continues. And you can check out our entire list on our website, WUSA9.com.